Hi, my name is Anita Moore, and I want to paint today some inserts that goes on this standing truck. There's a video on this for beginners and any level. And this little insert is called Be Kind. And the website for this surface is from Roscoe Innovations. I'll have all the list in the description below on the paints that I'll be using. DecoArt Americana. The brushes are Dynasty brushes. And so I'm going to show you how to paint this little insert. And we'll get started. Okay, I know that I want my words to be black. My little flowers will be white. So what I'm going to do, and some of the little bees will be black. Part yellow and black. Okay, what I want to do, and what's nice about this, you can see where it's going to be placed afterwards. So I'm going to have black. Okay, some white. This will be white and a little bit of blue. So I'm going to do white and black to start. Okay, now this will be white. Okay, so I know my words, I want them black. Well, I need to move this up a little bit. Okay. Now, to base coat this, I'm going to use the lamp black. I'm going to put some on my palette. Okay. I have my palette over here. That'll be white. And I'm going to try and show you an easy way to base coat this without having paint on the sides. I do have another one of these brushes somewhere. I don't know where I put it. Okay, we're going to use this one. So this is a foam brush. It's this from IPC7 by Dynasty. They're really easy to use. So what you do is you have to wet it, and then you take a piece of paper towel, and you're going to remove some of the paint because you don't want to blob the paint in here. You just want it to be wet. Now to pick up the paint, you're going to just drag a little bit on the edge there. Okay, look, I don't want to blob, okay? Now it's very easy to do. So you're going to lay your brush flat and you just drag it on to the surface. We'll probably need a couple coats for this. See how it's nice? Nice and clear. We're going to do the same for the honey. It goes on really quick. Again, I don't want to blob the paint on my brush. I just want it nice and even. There's another one. So every time I pick up paint, I'm just dragging it, okay? Kind of want to be gentle with the words. I don't know if they're breakable or we'll add a couple little highlights on this too. So I have some other inserts that I want to do videos on later. So these are all seasonal. You can change whatever you want. Right now the bees are out. Figured I'd do the bee first. There is a larger foam brush too for bigger areas. I actually sell them on my website. I'll have the link below. So there's no instructions, like no patterns, no tracing for this. You just follow the video. Okay, I'm just gonna dry this and we'll give another coat for that. Oops, I need to wet my brush just a little bit now. So I wetted it and I'm just gonna squeeze the excess water out of it. So it's a little bit wet. And the other one. The second coat goes on a little bit better because it has paint to grab onto. See how nice and crisp, there's no paints, no blobs onto the side. It's very, very clean. Okay, we're done with the black using this one. I'm just gonna rinse off my brush. And to wash these, they're a little delicate. They're not like bristles. So when you wash them with soap, you're gonna just wash it like this on your palm and it'll take the paint off, okay? So now we're gonna do white. I want this, we're done with these. So for now, we're gonna add highlights later. So I want this white, these. This is gonna be my little bees, so those will be black and yellow. Okay, I'm gonna use Snow Titanium White. Okay, and we can use this, it's a flat wash 1/2 inch, so we can use that. So I'm gonna wet my bristles. And when you're picking up paint, I don't like having paint past halfway to the bristles. What happens is if you have paint all the way to your ferrule, you're gonna ruin your brushes. These are gonna start like to spread and your brushes will be finished. So always make sure the paint is below half of this. And you don't want blobs of paint. You always want a nice even like enough so that the paint flows really nice. Like it's best to always just add a little bit of paint than a lot of paint at once. And always go in the same direction that you're applying the paint. So if I'm going left to right, I'm going to go left to right. I'm not going to go up and down. And just take your time at putting it along the edge. So I keep picking up paint. If you find there's not enough water in your brush, then just damp it in a puddle of water, your basin. Okay, here's one. We're going to give a couple coats to that too. Now, if you feel more comfortable, instead of using a flat brush to base coat, you can always use a sponge dabber and you would pick up paint. Again, you would pounce. So you'd go up and down like this, and that'll help you not to get paint along the edge. So don't always fully load your sponge brush either. It'll give you a different texture too, if you're using a sponge brush. So I give like long brush strokes on here. We need a little bit more white. I'll have I'm a DecoArt helping artist, so there's going to be a coupon code or a link that you can use for DecoArt. It'll give you a discount on your shopping cart at the end. I think you can only use it once, and then every 6 months our code changes. And they only ship in, unfortunately, they don't ship in Canada. They only ship in the US. Okay, so there's the one coat. We'll have to give another one. Okay, on this one here, I want to do this white. So they'll have two little pieces. Okay, and then I'm going to do my wings. And there's a little heart there. I just noticed that. That's cute. And I don't think I brought any red paint. Okay, we'll do our flower. It's okay if you do the center. We're going to paint over it anyways. You can use the sponge on this because they're really small. You can use the sponge that I just did for the letters. That'll go fast too. And one more here. Okay, let's dry this and then we'll give another coat. Okay, we'll start with this guy here. The second coat goes on way better than the first coat. I'm going to add a little bit of water to my brush. Like this along the edge. That one's good. A little bit of paint there. So that's why I think I like to use the sponge. I'm just going to take a baby wipe. And while it's wet, you can always clean it off. You can clean this. It's not that bad, but you always distress it. Okay, we'll do the little pieces. This little guy, a little bit more white. Just hold it on the side. We will do our little heart. Okay, I'm done with the white for now. And let that dry. Just with this, so I don't forget. We're gonna do our little bees. See, I had finger on my paint and I touched the side of my small bee. Let's wipe this off. Okay, so the bee is yellow and oh, I could have did the wings. I totally forgot. We're going to use a smaller brush to do the little wings with white. So this is a rigger and it's a number 0. Oh, sorry, it's not a rigger, it's a round brush. So I just want to lightly. I'll probably have to give it another coat. And we're gonna do like a little heart shape. Just like the wing right here. We'll have to give another coat too. This one's really painted. This one here. We'll give another coat after. We're gonna do our yellow and our black on our bee. Okay. Okay, for the yellow that I picked, for my bee, I have this really nice saffron yellow. It's a really pretty color. We're going to use that yellow. You can use any yellow you want, whatever you have. So we'll use this brush because it's small and it'll be easier to put on. So what I want to do, I'll do the little head part and the antennas. Okay, and we'll do the head part on here. So you kind of have to do it your like circle yourself, which is not very hard. And maybe we can do part of its neck too. I'm not sure how that one's going to go. This one here will have very little yellow. Okay, I want to make sure that my tail ends black. So what I'm going to do is the black first on here. So that way I'll know this will be yellow, this will be yellow, and that'll be yellow. So it's perfect. Okay, I'm going to dry the black so it doesn't mix up with my yellow. I'm going to do yellow first. Okay. Now let's do the same little brush. We're going to pick up the yellow. So when you pick it up, just load the brush here, there. I don't want big blobs. It's okay to apply often. Oops, I want to make sure you can see. So we might have to give 2 coats of this yellow. So it's okay if you got the yellow and the black, because black covers like more better than yellow over black. We'll give another coat after and let that dry. Okay, for these little guys, what we can do is add a little wider yellow. So we're gonna do like partially, we're gonna only do 1 stripe of yellow. So this will be all yellow, and then the black will cover all the rest. This guy here, well, he'll have like the back yellow. And same with this one. We'll make it so that the yellow goes here. Okay, we'll try that and we'll give another coat. We have to put more white on this too. Okay, let's do another white, yellow. Okay, we'll give white. I think I'm okay with the 1 coat of black on there. I'm gonna have to wipe my fingers because my paint that I have on my fingers is going on my little beads. Okay, let's redo some white here. Oops. Very small. And this one here. Okay. Let's dry that so I can add some black. I'm gonna do one more yellow on my bigger bee here. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure this brush will be good. We're gonna just fill in the black over here. And then I think the white for the wing here, I think I could have went a little further in like that. There we go. Okay, and this tail will be black. And then make it like a little curve. We can add a little stripe on this one. Like that. And then we'll do it. We can do a little stripe here too, just right like here. We'll add like over here. Do this little and maybe like one little stripe across. And this one here got a little watery. I'm going to redo this one. Okay. I'm going to fix the white here. Okay. Now we need black over here. Just follow the lines. And over here. Now I think we can do the little heart with the yellow. I think that'll be okay. For the wing. I always take my time. Oh, I got a little bit of black there. My brush has a little bristle that's sticking out. Try and see if I can wipe this. You can wipe this off while it's still wet. Just some water like that. Okay. Okay, let's dry that off. I'm gonna put this heart yellow. I'm going to take some blue and okay. Now some yellow. We can do the little heart. We'll let it dry and then we can do another one. And we'll give one more. We're gonna add a little color to her bee a little bit. Okay, like this is gonna go on like that. Okay, So we need a little bit of color to the wing. So I thought maybe we can add some winter blue. I'm going to put a little bit on my palette. And then I'm going to take like this is a 3/8 angle brush. It's from Faux Squirrel. And so I wet my bristles and I'm going to pick up like the long part. And what you do is just mix it into your bristles. Okay. And I just want some color because it's too white. Doesn't have to be a perfect little speck there. Okay, we're going to do the same for these guys here. Oops. Mm-hmm. A little hard to hang on to. Okay, let's push this one out. Okay, now let's add a little bit of highlight to the body and its little head there. So use the same brush. We're going to use the Snow White. Pick up the Snow White and just blend the tip. You don't need a whole lot of paint. So what we will do is like you just lightly touch it and do a little comma. We're just adding color to the head. And then I want to add one to the body as well. So just go straight down. Add like a little curve. And put too much on there. So same with this guy here. Just a little bit on its body, just to give it a little dimension. Okay, and then what I want to do is add a little bit of brown. I should have did that first. I got Asphaltum. We're gonna just add some to its body for this guy. So same thing. I clean my brush. I'm gonna pick up, just lightly blend it on your palette here. Okay. And then let's just add some color to our bee. And I should have did it before I did the white, but that's okay. There, like that. So you can do the same for, just adds a little color. This bee is very small, so I don't know how much you can get on there. Okay, let's dry that off. We're gonna do maybe a little bit of brown on this little heart just to give it a little bit of color here. Got some of my blue. Okay. This off. I have this pen. It's called a Denta pen. It's a permanent like a marker. There's a like a light, a small point, and this one has a bigger point. So what we're gonna just I just want to trace around the little wing. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just giving it a little bit of outline. I need to write this on a piece of paper. It's not writing so well. I guess you just need to clean the tip. And this one right here. Oops. Yeah, and you can, you can add a couple little bees in there if you wanted to. All right, there's our bee. And that'll go on like this. Okay, so our little bees are done. We'll move that aside. We can do our flowers. Oh, one more. We can do our flowers. So the flower, I wanted to add a little bit of color to that too. So we're going to put the winter blue, and we're going to use the same brush. We're going to clean it. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of blue. Again, I'm just blending that into the bristle so it's not so you don't have a blob of paint. So I'm just going all the way around. Yeah, it looks a little wet, which is okay. That means you have enough water on your brush. So I'm just adding color to our little flower. Yeah. Now we'll paint the center. In the center, I was thinking of doing the deep ochre. But there, we can use the same round little brush here to pick up some deep ochre and follow the little circle. Might need to add another coat, I'm not sure. We'll add another little coat to it. Okay. So while it's wet, we'll add the second coat to this, and then we'll add the shading to it while it's wet. So it's not a perfect circle. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, my brush is dirty. I'm gonna pick up that asphaltum and just lightly pick some up. And we're just gonna do like the bottom of it. And I want to kind of blend those two colors together. So just my paint dried too fast. I should have did one at a time. So what I did was I picked up the yellow and just blended a little bit in the center. Okay, let's dry that, and I'll add a little some dots around it. So I have this stylus, it's got a little point. There's like different sizes of stylus. This one's got a little point. So we'll add little dots around it. So we can use the asphaltum. So you just gently dab in little areas. When you run out, you pick up more. And then we'll do another little color. Okay, clean it off. And then we can use the winter blue, just add a couple in there. I don't know if I can, yeah, you probably can see it. We could have used some yellow too. just a couple little areas. Okay, let's pick up some of the saffron yellow that I have on my palette. Just do like a couple little sections of yellow. You can even do white if you wanted to. So that one's done. So see how you have, looks like a little flower, a little daisy. Okay, there. That one is done. Okay, for this one, I want to do like a background with some honeycomb, and I want to show you a little technique. You don't need to do this part, but I think it's pretty cute. So this is from Tracy Morrow. So there's 3 different sizes of honeycomb. Let's take this out. So I'll show you how to dry brush this on. And we can use, just so it's not so busy, we can use the middle one. So what I'll do is you need a a stencil brush. So this is Stencil Pro, it's a 1/2 inch, and you use these dry. And I'm going to take a clean paper towel. Okay, so I have a clean paper towel here. And so what you, oh, and the color I'm going to use, because it's going to be black, I'm going to use the saffron yellow, this pretty color. Okay. And I'm just thinking here for a second. Yeah, the saffron yellow will be all right. So what I do is I load my brush in the paint, and then I'm going to wipe as much as I can on it because it's called dry brushing. Okay, and so just place it, hold on to your stencil, okay? And it doesn't have to be like how do you call that? Like heavy. I just want it really soft. Understand? So you go in like circles, so you're changing direction. Okay, now I want to mess it up a little bit, so I'm going to keep this dirty, and I'm going to pick up that asphaltum, okay, and wipe it on my paper towel. So what I want to do is place it, the stencil where I had it, okay, and I'm not going to go like super all the way around. I'm going to be gentle on where I want to put this, so it has some dark little areas. So you have a couple little different shades. Let's do this one. Oops, I should bring it down 1. It's really easy to replace. Okay, so it just adds a little bit more color. And then over here. There, that's good. And to clean this, you can clean it with a baby wipe or some soap and water. It'll come right clean. And this here too, you clean, when you're done, you clean it with hand sanitizer, or you can just clean it with water and soap. So for now, I'm just going to rinse it off and I'll clean it after. So we're done with the stencil. So that's just because when you have your little words on, it's going to add a little bit of dimension in the back. I think that's cute. Okay, and then we can also, for this piece here, I just want to sand it a little bit. So just sand the edges just to make it look a little old. Let's make it look like a little sign anyways. There. And then I'll just take my paper towel and wipe the dust off. So now you have a cute little edge there. Okay. For the license plate, we can not do the stencil part, but we can add a little bit maybe some color in the background for some. So what we can do is just take your angle brush. We're just going to add a little bit of color in the background, so we can use saffron yellow just like we did on this one, and we'll just do like a little bit of a wash. So I have like a lot of water on my brush, and I'm gonna just ink this down a little bit, like making a little petal, and just to add a little bit of color. Then I'm gonna re-wet it and just go back and forth. And if I want to, I can add a little bit of brown, Asphaltum, ink that up a little bit. Okay. And then I'll take a paper towel and just dab some off. So kind of make it want to look dirty. And then for the edge, we'll dry this off first. So that way when I have my word, it'll be not so bright. The white's not so bright. So this is it'll be like the license plate that goes on the bumper of the car, the truck. Okay, so it's dry. I'm going to take I had a piece of sandpaper. Let's just rough this up a little bit. Along the edge. Mm. Okay, now this will go on our jar. I should have did the jar white. Okay. So what I want to do is add a little bit of color to it. So I want to use my angle brush, and I'm going to pick up that winter blue. And what I'm going to do is hold on to it. We're gonna add color to the top. Okay, and we're gonna also add color like along the edges here. Oops. Just go all the way along the end there. Okay, let's dry that up. It might look like this, or I can put it this way. Now we can add some little lines like stitches on here. So you can use either the round one, or if you have like a smaller little liner, you can use that. This one here is a 10-0 round. So I wet it, and we're gonna do the stitch in black. So I need a little bit more black. Okay, so just pick up your paint. And I don't want to blob. I want to make a nice little point on my my little brush here. And what I'm going to do is like little lines going. I'm not adding a whole lot of pressure. I'm just making little stitches. There. That would be like that. Okay. Now this part here, we're going to do the handle brown, and this one here we're going to do the deep ochre. So we can do for the brown, we can use Asphaltum. Instead of changing different colors, I'm going to use my brown. It doesn't have to be a solid color. We're going to leave it like a wood color. Okay. This the brown here. I mean the honey stick. Let's do all that with the deep ochre. And we're only going to do one coat on there. Oh, you didn't see it. I'm sorry. So brown, I did this deep ochre. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is grab my angle brush. We're gonna just brown this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna add some white in the center area. And we'll bring that down just like that. So that's our step. Okay, for this. Yeah, I thought so this goes up high because this little part's gonna go on our like in our truck. And I was thinking I should have did my jar white. Okay. This is the honey. So the honey will be I was thinking of my honey. Can do summer squash for the honey. And this here, I was thinking of doing it deep ochre. And this here brown, because it'll be like a inside the hive. And this here, we can do I think it was saffron that I used, and we'll do saffron for this one. Okay, so let's do white for this one for the jar. And I'm going to use my flat wash that I had. So do white and just do the shape of the jar. I'm pretty sure this will be okay because, like, oops, wrong one. This will be in that part will be in the truck, so that's okay. It's good. Okay. Now this doesn't have to be painted because the little top will be on it. We'll need a couple coats of white. Okay. Let's do this part here. Yeah, we're gonna do the dark brown. I didn't know if I should do black, but I think we'll do the asphaltum. We'll do this brown. And I don't need to do this part. I just need to make sure that the hole and at the bottom of it is brown. Yeah, I'll need a couple coats. Okay, I just want to see if I did enough. Oh, I need to go a little higher. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let's do honeycomb. And we're going to use deep ochre for that. Okay, now, for the little lines, I think we're going to trace that out with the Asphaltum. Got a little bit too much paint here. Okay, so it's okay if it's wet. We're going to pick up our little round and we're going to just do the best we can at doing our outlines. Doesn't have to be perfect, little color. I'm using my round brush for this. Whatever you feel comfortable at using. If you want to use a marker for this, you can. Markers, I'm not sure if you got a brown or black. I want this here to be brown a little bit. I need a little bit more. Okay, so now you have to do all in here. But it's pretty easy because it's all in, like the lines are all engraved, so it's not going to make a mess. And it does, like I said, it does not have to be perfect. It's a honeycomb. We're going to add a little bit different colors in here. Brush, reload. Not adding pressure, just lightly. Nice. Okay, let's draw that up and we're gonna add some little colors in there. I'm just wondering. That's too big. Okay, we're gonna add some color to this. So we're gonna this angle brush, gonna wet it. We're gonna pick up the asphaltum and like with the long tip, we're gonna blend the colors on here and just go across, make it, doesn't have to be too dark. So we just want to add a little bit more color so it's not so plain. Okay, and then maybe some little squares at the bottom areas. Okay, and then we're gonna dry that, and then we'll add a little bit of color, like highlights. And let's use a little bit of white. Okay, so just lightly. It's okay if you got some on the brown. Just gonna lightly add some in the center, just like that. Okay, let's give another coat of white to this. There's some here. And that'll be good. We'll let that dry. And let me just check this. Okay, hit the nose, and then I forgot this goes on top. So we're gonna do that. I was gonna do it summer squash, but I don't think it'll look okay. Let's use the saffron instead. It'll be nice and bright. Okay, so I have saffron. We'll need a couple coats of this. Say over put paint on my bristles. Okay, we'll let the give it a good dry. Let's do it. Whoa, way too much paint. Now, if you don't want to float like I was showing you on my truck video, you can dry brush with these, okay? So you would follow how I showed the dry brushing, and you would dry brush in these. If you don't want to float, just use these. These is perfect for that. Okay, we're gonna leave that. And then we're gonna do our honeycomb with deep ochre. And some more. I'll show you how to do the dry brushing on this one. Okay, let's give another coat. We'll give a second coat to this. Need a little bit more. Okay, now let's dry that off. We'll add a little color to this too. Okay, because this is supposed to be honey, I just want to see what it's gonna look like. Okay, what we can do is add not sure if I want to add some blue to this or we could add let's add some deep ochre around the edges. Or maybe yeah, okay, let's add saffron yellow to it. So I loaded my brush. Let's just add a little bit of yellow to it. There, some yellow. And then add a little bit along the edge. I have this here. So that our jar's not so yellow. Okay, we'll dry that off. And then maybe we can add a little bit of brown just underneath the corners. Okay. And over here, just add a little bit of brown, just drag it. There. Set up. Okay, now they have little bead trail. So let's take that like the marker that I have. I'm gonna try the bigger tip and see if I can just follow the little dots here. Just add a little color. Okay. Now, okay, this one here, I'm gonna just re-show you the dry brushing in case that's what you want to do instead of floating. So my bristle's dry, and this is a medium Mezzaluna brush. I showed this one on for the truck video. And we're gonna pick up the Asphaltum. I have black. Okay, we're gonna pick up some Asphaltum. So my bristles are dry. We're gonna pick this up. And you're gonna wipe it, okay? Now I want to do the bottom part where it's going to be like shadow area. A little darker around the corner. Actually, my brush might still be wet. Not sure. My brush is actually still wet from my other video, so it's not going on all that great. So what I want to do is just maybe dab. I'm going to pick up the original color. Try and blend some in. Just tone it down. So this is the brown, just Asphaltum. Then I pick up the deep ochre, just blend it with the brown just to make it look not so perfect. There. That's okay. When it dries, it'll be we're gonna add a little bit of a highlight to that. Okay, so some more asphaltum. So I'm keeping my brush dirty. I'm just going back and forth between the two colors. So I go along the edge, make it a little darker in the corners. Wipe it. I'll pick up the deep ochre and just mix it up. Now here I want to try and go along the whole of the beehive, the little entrance, all the way down. Okay, pick up deep ochre. And one more. Okay, that looks dirty. Okay, and my brush. So that's how you would shade it. Add color to it at least. If you don't want to use like the floating method. Just gonna add some colors to the tip. So that's my honey. So that's gonna go on top of here. Okay, now do you kind of want to make some of the corners a little darker? Okay, let's add some highlights to this, okay? I'm gonna dry this off. I want to see, I can probably add some like the saffron because it's a very pretty yellow. Maybe add some of that to it. So I'm going to use this angle brush. I'm going to just pick it up and it's really watered down. Okay, let's just add some color to this. And it's not perfect. Just want a little bit of it's kind of messy. It's pretty. Yeah, like that. And then let's pick up maybe a little bit of white just to make it a little bit brighter. I want a little bit of yellow here. Okay, try that out. Yeah, I kept my little brush dirty. Maybe we can add a little bit of white. There we go. I think that looks maybe more in the middle too for those two. Okay. and maybe a little bit of white. Okay. And I think we're done. We'll put it together. Let's see. I think I wanted to do something with this whole part here. So this one here, we can maybe add a little bit of some black. Let's grab. There's a different size of Mezzaluna, because my other one I put it in water. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that original color Asphaltum. I'm going to grab like a tad of black, and then I'll just make it a little darker so that we can like just dry brush it into the hole. See, that's better. Okay. Now we can glue these little pieces together and then show you what it looks like on the truck. Okay, I'm gonna move some of this stuff. Now I use Gorilla Glue, but you can use any wood glue that you have. I'm just gonna put a little bit on my palette. I don't know how much I need. Okay, and I have popsicle stick. Okay, so we can start with this. So I'm gonna with this. I'm gonna grab my some glue, and you don't need a whole lot. It goes on really good. So this one here went up here. So if you see that you have too much glue, just take like a wet brush and just take some more while it's wet, and then rinse your brush off so the glue doesn't stay on your bristles. Okay, let's glue this guy. I'm going to try putting more in the centers, because then that way the glue doesn't pop out from the sides. Okay, now this one will go up here. Make sure that when you glue it, it's flush to the tip, because you need enough room to insert that into the truck. Just to make sure that it's even. See how I'm going to try not to put the paint more, the glue more towards the center. So if I put it upside down, I can probably see. There, that's better. Okay, now I have my honey thing. Well, I wanted the blue on the bottom. I'll go on top like that. Okay, and oh, okay, I thought I had, yeah, a little bit of glue on the side here. Okay, so I need to fix my corners on here because I thought I had it underneath, but I don't. Let's just make this a little dark. Okay, well, yeah, that's good. Okay, and then I have my little honey. So I'm only going to put a little bit because I don't want it to pop out on the sides. I'm just going to dab some glue. And I need to see. I think I have it okay. This glue dries really fast too. Like it's super good. Whoops. Okay. Now it has, okay, I know, okay, the buzz goes here. Let's do that one. So I have a little bit too much glue that came outside. Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I want to add some highlights to my words. I just seen that. Just so it's not so black. If you take some white, I do like the black though. But if you take some white and this angle brush, I want to add a little bit of color, like just to the top parts. And then it'll dry. So it's really like a little bit watered down. So we'll do the same for here. So just go across. There, like that. It just adds a little highlight to it. And the kind. Make it bright. Whoops, I don't want it on this part here. There. Want it a little brighter? Just go back, add a little bit more once it's dry. So when it dries, it's a little different. Okay, like this here, I think I'm going to add a little bit more white. Like that. Okay, now I think I'm done. Okay, let's do the Be Kind. See, like sometimes you see the burn when they do the wood, but it's, you can still use it. And when you open up your package, you'll smell like the wood burn. If you let your box air out for a couple of days, the smell will go away. I make sure it's right on the lines there. Looks good. We'll do the kind. Let's go here. We'll let that dry. Okay, now I need to glue my little wing to my bee. Now I should have taken a picture. Oh, I did. Took a picture because I want to make sure I knew where my stuff was going. So I'm just going to place it. So my big bee can go here. This went here. I honestly forgot how my little bee went. I can do one like this. We can put a bee here. And then my, oh, it almost looks like my kind is crooked. Okay, so for sure the stick will go there. This one has nothing. My bee I can put here. You can put one bee there. And oh, I don't want the flower too low because you gotta make sure this goes into the truck. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, now my bee, I'm gonna put some on its body only. And for this, you're gonna put some on just the ends. I don't know if I want to put it here or maybe on here. Well, it needs a little separation here for the two colors. You can put this anywhere you want. It's your little project. Right? Now for the flowers, you want to make sure that the where we had put the little float that it's at the bottom. I just saw this one and this one. Let's just turn it around. Okay, now let's glue our little bee here. Oops. This little one. Okay, now to make your wood surface last a little longer, when it's completely dry, add any type of indoor varnish to your wood pieces, and that way your paint will stay nice and bright for a very long time. Okay, now here's our truck. Okay, I'm just gonna move this over because I bought some little magnets so that way I can change my wood pieces. So like I wouldn't need magnets for this little area. So this goes into the truck like that. Okay, and then so I would need like a magnet for this and a magnet for this. Okay, so I got these little magnets. He also had some felt. You can use felts if you don't want to use magnets. Now you need to make sure that see, they're nice and real flat. You need to make sure that they're gonna oh wow, really stick. No, I think for this one here I might use a different glue so that, you know, I'm not going to use like Gorilla Glue because that's not going to work. So I have this glue. It's called Goop. sometimes it's called something else, depending on where you are. I got this at it's a household usage glue. So I think I'm gonna glue my magnets with this because obviously it's I don't think the wood glue is gonna work. I just need to clean my glue stick or my popsicle stick so I can use this. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a drop. Like you don't need a whole lot. I'm gonna close this up. This does stink. Okay, I'm gonna put they're very, very I think I only need like one on each side. So what I'm gonna do is just glue it on here first. Okay. And then we'll glue it on that first. And then add some glue on the tips here. Place it on here so that when I want to change it, then I can just pull the magnets off. And then I'm going to do the same for this. I like from what I see now, I think I would go to the felt for the next time. So I'm going to try just like there's oh, this one has 3. I think I'll be okay with like 2 on each, 1 on each side. Because so I have 2 and 2. Okay. I think I'll be okay, like 1 on each thing. If I have to, I'll put 1 in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a little bit of glue here, put 1 here. This glue dries pretty fast. And then I'll put some at the end here. Okay. Oops. So this goes on the back of the truck and they have lines. Just need to get a little closer. I might have to put another one in the center here. This one here. I think I need to put 1 in the center. Oops. Oh, let me put that one back there. I'll hurry up and put 2 before it. They're really small. Oh. So I'll put 1 there. Okay, let's try this again. You can see where the lines are. Okay. That looks good. Look at that. That is so cute. Here, let me see how I can do this so that you can. What I'm gonna do is just raise this just a little bit so that you can see the whole thing. There we go. Okay, there you go. Look at that. So once the magnets are dry, I'm gonna try and take them off gently and hopefully that works. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little video and that it motivates you on painting this. Again, you can change it however you want. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the notification, and you'll get plenty more videos like this from Roscoe's Innovation Surfaces. And thanks for joining. Bye now.